Hi, I'm Carl Sharp, and for this little feature we're down at Greenacres Fishery here in Peterborough. I'm down with the premium carp fisheries boys. They've invited me down to get a little bit of filming done for them. It's just at the start of April now. We've had a terrible winter, weather's just making a turn for the better. Let's hope we can catch a few fish. Joined us now with Dave Menny, who owns Greenacres. We've got out of the way of the wind. We've been allowed into his house for this little interview. So Dave, if you could just tell us a little bit more about the lake, Greenacres. You know, what sort of size, what sort of features, how many fish does it hold?
Well, we've got about 8 acres of fishable water out there. We've got a fish stock now mixed between original fish, of which was about sort of 20-25 very old sort of fish that were in here when I bought the water. I've since stocked it with some VS fish, some Fenland fish.
Yeah.
So total stock now around about 135 fish, and you know, I'm pleased to say, sort of ranging up to the most recent capture of one of the mirrors at £45.10,
Nice.
a common at 44.1. Some nice young fish that are in the 30s and 20s that are coming through.
Yeah. Would you say it's a medium to hard lake? I mean, what would you expect on a normals weekends fishing for the guys that do come down here? What would you expect them to be catching?
I think it is an angler's water. I do limit the amount of people that are allowed on the thing. My sort of thing with the lake is that it's 3 maximum at any one time, so we're not trying to actually cram everyone.
So it's not an out-and-out business venture. This
No.
is nice and natural. We're keeping it how fishing should be.
Totally. Yeah.
It's not Wi-Fi on the bank and laptops here and there. It's
That's
all natural angling with air out there with the fish, and we're trying to catch some stunners.
Yeah, and it's all about just sustaining the water. You know, it's not driven by income and revenues, and you know, and getting the right kind of people who appreciate what we're offering at the end of the day.
Right. Would you say there are any restrictions? Have you got any like bait restrictions, or is there any rules that people need to be aware of before coming?
It's all sensible angling. My big rule is just no retaining of fish. You know, I want the fish to come out once for the customary photo and weigh-in and straight back in. When it is a water that gets really weedy at certain times, and when I feel it's right, I do sort of bring in a barbless rule. It might only be for a couple of months, just when I know fish are probably going to go solid in the middle of half an acre of Canadian or something.
Yeah, but it's basically common sense and get on and enjoy your angling.
Absolutely, yeah, and you know, and that's, you know, I enjoy seeing the anglers being able to do what they're good at. Probably one other thing I'll mention is no bait boats. You know, I just think that helps to keep the fish, you know, catchable at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, you sort of fish from one bank, don't you?
Yeah.
You've got a nice island out there. There is a little bit of a secluded bay, which I suppose does give the fish just that little bit of stress-free relaxation if they want to get out the way of the anglers and things like that.
Yeah, totally. And again, being an angler's water, as I describe it, you know, if someone wants to up sticks and go and hunt one down in those sort of areas, it's not a safe area where no one can fish. It's just, you know, somewhere that's worth a stalk for a few hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can grab one out.
Right, and for the viewers that want to be, making a booking for Greenacres, what do they need to do? How can they contact you for?
Well, from the off, I've sort of always been involved with my good friend Gary Spencer of
Premium Carp Fisheries.
Premium Carp Fishing. Gary's been around forever. and really, so I tended to channel any bookings through Gary at Premium. But you know, once someone's sort of become a known face, a regular, even a friend over time, they've got my mobile, which I will say it's 077 38 754 764. Gary does get a bit inundated with running so many waters and the bait, so if people want to ring direct, that's perfectly okay as well.
Right, okay. I think that rounds it up then.
Yeah. I think the only thing I'll say is, I suppose it's a good thing, but rarely can you get in on short notice. It tends to be plan well ahead. You know, I mean, you're here in what is April. Anybody who probably rang today would be more looking to make a booking perhaps 2 or 3 months ahead. And that's mainly down to the fact that we just restrict the amount of people we can have on at any one time.
Okay, that's brilliant, Dave. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, Carl, and pleasure having you here.
Mate. We're now 24 hours into our session here at Greenacres. It's not quite going to plan. We've got a lovely southwesterly wind blowing. Pressure's pretty high, to be fair. It's around about 10.22, 10.23. The only fish that came out in the period that we've been here is Lizzie's tench. Not even Gary's had anything off the back of the wind in the small bay. So we're going to have to see. We've got another 24 hours to go. We have got a couple of small areas baited up that we're going to keep an eye on. If we get any fish mooching in and out of there, if they get on the little bit of bait that we've got in there, we will go around and try and stalk one out. So let's hope that, fingers crossed, we can actually catch something on this session. A slight change of tactics, and within 20 minutes the rod's rattled off and I've got my first Greenacres carp. It's not the biggest one in the lake, but I think you'll agree that it's actually a stunner. Very dark, common, beautiful. I was fishing in the deeper water overnight, thought change of plan, let's get them up onto the gravel shelf over the far back, where the margin comes in contact with the reeds, about 4 foot deep. 20 minutes later, I've got one on the bank. down the other side of the lake now. We're in sort of a small back bay, usually unfished. As I said, we dropped a little bit of bait in here yesterday. Dave's kept an eye on it for us, the owner. He saw a fair few fish around here, so he's kindly let us come round here with one rod each. We just literally dropped a small bag of up and down mix with a single bait on the end, just off the edge of the rod tips. The water's that coloured, can't actually see if the fish are still there. They definitely turned the bottom over in the last few hours. As I say, it's absolutely chocolate. We do have a plan C as well. There's a little bait on the left, also normally unfished. We've dropped a little bit of bait in there, and Dave informs me there is around about 10 or 15 fish there at the minute. So we're going to give it another 10 or 15 minutes in this little area. If this doesn't pay off, we're going to get the rods, poke them through the branches of the bay next door. Fingers crossed we'll hit one on the bank. One in the net, second time lucky. Crept round to the second spot. Just lowered the bait on top of the bubbles. I was just getting the rod back. Whipped it out my hand, straight round the reeds, done me over. Not to be outdone, I've got the bait back out there. Took a little bit longer this time, maybe 5 or 6 minutes. As I'm sitting next to the rod, big plume of bubbles, and it's wrapped round. Got a nice mirror in the net. Let's get it out and have a look. thinks I'm lucky. 24 pounds on the dot. Stalked literally under the rod tip, and they're still fizzing up out there now. Magic. Well, unfortunately, the second night didn't go to plan as we'd have hoped. No fish to eat any of us. The wind picked up to about 50 mile an hour last night. Branches crashing down. It's just one of those sessions where it should have all been coming good, but when we put this together, saying that we was going to get this done 3 months ago, no one would have predicted that 3 weeks ago we were under snow. But I'm not going to use that as an excuse. We caught a couple of lovely fish. I don't think we've seen the true potential of Greenacres. I definitely will be coming back towards the summer months, hopefully. So yeah, we're going to slowly start packing away now, and I'll catch you all soon.